Hey guys, it's Steven, the Carnivore Pastor. Wanted to come by today and just give you a couple of little insights, things that can help you, maybe take you to the next level, keep you from falling off, that I have found in my own personal journey through the carnivore lifestyle that I want to help you with today. You know, one of the things that I try to tell people, especially when they first get started, is to keep it simple. You know, sometimes we get to looking and we want, all these recipes, and we go online and we want to make this and this and this and this. And then we get frustrated because, man, we'll say like, this is just too difficult trying to do all this stuff. And you end up causing you to stop doing something that really isn't that hard. Keep it simple. Even after 3 years of carnivore, I still try to keep it simple. Yeah, occasionally I'll throw a little recipe that I saw online and I'll think I'll try that. But for the most part, I eat beef, butter, bacon, eggs, chicken wings, some pork chops, things like that. And I just keep it simple each night. We'll sit down, we'll do a list to go to the grocery store and put together what we're going to eat for that week. And, I'll go get that meat for that week. And Monday night, if we do flank steak, then I do flank steak, and that's it. And then I'll say, well, Tuesday night, let's do chicken wings, and we'll do chicken wings. And then Wednesday, we'll do burger with scrambled eggs. And so whatever it is, I try to keep it simple, especially those first few months for you guys, so you don't overwhelm yourself with these big time recipes. And then, a lot of times we fool ourselves because, as I found out recently, because I occasionally do the recipes, I wanted to do a mac and cheese, carnivore mac and cheese. And so I did, and took a lot of work. It took a while, but then I tasted it and it did not taste like mac and cheese, but it was good. And so I put a check on it of something that I'll make again sometime, but it did not taste like mac and cheese. So if you're doing these recipes and you think, oh man, this is going to be this, and then you make the recipe and it doesn't taste like that, once again, it can cause you to get discouraged and make you want to go, oh man, I can't do this. Did all this and it doesn't taste right. So just keep it simple. Do some burgers, do some ground brown meat. Do the flank steak, do a ribeye, do a New York strip, do some bacon and eggs. All those little things like that, especially when you first get started, will keep you from falling into the trap of getting overwhelmed. Another thing I want to encourage you to do is maybe take each day and go find a YouTube channel and watch something motivational. For me, I tell people, and I said this on my last video, I stay away from the people who give you an excuse to fail by just giving all their failures. I want someone who's going to motivate me. I like motivation. And so find someone that's a motivator, that is in that lifestyle, and then watch that little 15, 20 minute, whatever it is, maybe even less, maybe 5 minutes of that motivational online YouTube video that can just give you that spark to get through those little slow moments as you first getting on this lifestyle. You also need to know that when you first start this lifestyle, and I try to be upfront with everybody that I encourage on this lifestyle, is that the first few weeks can be rough. You're going to see a few little changes that are good, but your body has now got to adapt from burning glucose for fuel, then turning to burning fat for fuel. And so just like, anything else that you change, you've got to adjust to that. And so your body's going to have to adjust. So give it those few days. Don't quit then, and realize that this is part of the healing. This is part of getting the inflammation out of your system. So don't stop short because you had stomach issues or you felt bloated and you just didn't have any energy, and you heard that, if you do this lifestyle, you'll have tons of energy. All that will come, I promise you. but you've got to get through that initial, startup phase in getting your body to adjust. And it does. Everybody's different. I've seen some do it in 2 to 3 days. I've seen some take 2 to 3 weeks. It takes time, and everybody's different. But don't give up, don't quit. Get that motivational video, keep it simple, and just get it going and watch what will happen to your body. Here's an area that I want to touch on that sometimes is tricky, that people will do. They'll go on this lifestyle. They'll, do a week, do 2 weeks, do a month, and they'll get some results. They drop some fat. The scales go down a little bit. They drop some inches. They feel energy and they feel good. And so they think it's celebration time, and they go, well, I'm just going to go out and have me a cheat meal. I'm going to go out and do some burgers and fries. I'm going to go out and do a pizza. I'm going to go out and do some chips and salsa. I'm going to have a slice of pie. I'm going to have some ice cream. And I want you to know there is no such thing as a cheat meal. Call it what it is. It's a derail meal. Because when you do that, you are going to derail and set yourself back. Sometimes I know people who have done these derail meals, and they've set their body back a month. It's like everything they progressed of the feeling good goes, and then they have to go right back in to try to get it back where it was. So we need to be careful of those things. Don't think you need to cheat. If you want to celebrate, have you some extra bacon. If you want to celebrate, go out to the movies. If you want to celebrate, do something other than putting the poison that you've been feeding yourself with the standard American diet. Stay away from that, because it is going to derail you every single time. And you may think, oh, it's just one meal. It's just one thing. I'm telling you, it's not worth it. It's not worth it. How do I know? Because I've been there. In my early days of this, I would do those things. And so I had to learn the hard way. Learn from my mistakes so you don't do that. So, yes, put you some goals. Set your goals. You can celebrate, but don't celebrate with poison. Don't celebrate with derailing what you have done for yourself. Remember, this is a lifestyle. This is not just, something, a fad that you're doing. Well, at least I hope not. I hope that it becomes a lifestyle, because when you start feeling better, you start lowering inflammation, you start dropping the inches, you start dropping the fat, you start replacing all that with some muscle, you begin to get some energy to want to walk, you begin to get energy to want to go even maybe to the gym. All those things are so valuable that it becomes a lifestyle. I say it in my last video, and I say it to people all the time. I'll be 60 years old coming this September, and I'll tell you this, I promise you, I feel like I'm in my upper 20s. I have so much energy. I feel good. I go to the gym. I work out. I sleep good. All these things that are happening in my body. Inflammation continues even after 3 years, still lowering inflammation, because you say, well, 3 years it ought to be gone. Well, for a good many years, 30 plus, 40 plus, 50 plus years, you've put in garbage and garbage and garbage. It's going to take a little bit to reprogram. It's going to take a little bit to hit all those areas and get it. And so let it become the lifestyle. I don't even call it a carnivore diet. I don't call it a ketogenic diet. Call it the ketogenic lifestyle. This is your life changing forever. And it's amazing. Don't give yourself an excuse. Find out what works for you. Keep it simple. Keep it simple. Keep it simple. And just eat meat. Beef, butter, bacon, eggs, chicken, all that good stuff. Then when you've been doing this for a year or more, venture out there. Try some carnivore pizza. Try some carnivore mac and cheese. Try these little recipes that it's gonna be time consuming, and it's gonna take a lot of ingredients and all that. And throw one of those in every once in a while. But just keep it basic. 3 years and I'm still keeping it basic. When I'm eating, I know what I'm eating. And I don't eat for fun, entertainment. I eat for fuel, to fuel my body to do what I want it to do. All right. Well, that's kind of all I've got today. And I hope to be back with you soon. But until then, God bless.